Well, let's begin in Ethiopia. A prominent opposition leader is among those who are set to be released after the government said it would drop charges against more than 500 prisoners in the coming days. This comes 2 weeks after the authorities announced their intention to review the cases. Observers have described these people as political prisoners, although the government rejects the term. Emmanuel Igunza reports from Addis Ababa.
Hundreds of people were arrested in the wake of mass demonstrations that began in 2015 as they rallied against what they described as political and economic marginalization, state corruption and human rights abuses. A 10-month state of emergency was only lifted last year following months of protests like these. But now it appears the government is prepared to talk to its opponents. In total, the government plans to drop charges against more than 500 suspects who have been held under a number of allegations. But the conditions are quite limited. In order to be freed, a suspect must not have been accused of using violence or force to try and overthrow the government, destroying public infrastructure during protests, or committing murder or causing physical disability. Merera Gudina is said to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of a government pardon. He is a prominent opposition figure who was facing multiple criminal charges. But if this government announcement is carried out, he could soon be a free man. Out in the streets, the government's promise to release jailed politicians elicited mixed reactions.
I think the government has to make it clear why they were arrested and why they're being released now. And the government has to understand people's feelings. The people need to know the real reasons behind their release.
The release has nothing to do with the current unrest. The jailed politicians were arrested for different reasons, and what the people are asking right now is another issue. In order to ease the current political unrest, the government has to change their system, and they have to start thinking for the country other than for themselves.
Earlier this month, the government said it would release some of the jailed politicians in order to foster what it called national cohesion.
Emmanuel Igunza there reporting from Addis Ababa.